You're probably watching this video because you have a tight neck and shoulders. Hi, my name is Mark Otobri, founder of Enterprise Fitness. Having a tight neck and shoulders is a very common problem, particularly amongst office workers and people who care for others, keeping their hands forward, their traps up here, and getting pain, but potentially can result in headaches. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 different ways to solve this ever-growing problem of tight neck and shoulders that result in numerous dysfunctions throughout the body. So the first exercise, or the first point of intervention that I like to start with, is a simple neck roll. So to do these is you're going to be on the floor like so. And I'm just going to demonstrate. Obviously, I've got no stiffness in my neck today, but it's just turning your head from side to side. So you can start with one side, say do 10 repetitions, turning your head on one side. So I'm just going to do 5 for the video. That's 4. One more, turning it as far as I can, getting a little bit of a stretch. So what this does is essentially when you're standing up all day, you obviously have gravity pulling your neck down. And when you put someone on the floor, obviously now, gravity is not pulling me down, but it's straight down. So first thing is we can assess maybe there's a different pain when we lie down, or maybe there's no pain, maybe the restriction goes away. So it's a very, very nice, gentle stretch and a way to simply just see and see where your neck pain is at. Is it still there? Is it with gravity that the pain's there, without gravity? And allows you to bring back range of motion and mobility through your neck without aggravating anything further. If this is aggravating when you do this, I would strongly and highly suggest you go seek out a good physiotherapist or myotherapist to help you with that, because if this doesn't solve it, which normally people don't get pain in this position because, again, taking that load off their neck and just turning, it enables them to get the range of motion back and they can start feeling better almost from just doing this exercise. But let's move to the second one. So the second exercise that we'll use is a lat activation. Now, the simple axiom that you want to remember with this is that when the lat is on, the traps are going to be off, and when the trap is on, the lats are going to be off. So what does that mean? So if my traps are on, I'm up here, that's where we're obviously going to get a lot of neck pain. If our lats are on, which is this big muscle here in the back, we're pulling down the traps. If you felt my traps now, they're soft, my lats are hard. So when the traps are on, lats are off, lats are on, traps are off. So a lot of neck pain is simply from overactive traps. And again, we never want to punish the strong muscle, which would in this case be the traps. We want to punish the weak muscle, which in this case would be the lats. So this one isn't necessarily going to alleviate your neck pain straight away. However, activating the lats is going to show you, help you pull those lats down and find where your lats are, and can help you through a workout once it's been activated. Use that muscle better when you're actually doing a workout. So this one is very, very simple, and most people can do it even at an office as long as they've got something to put a band on. All you're doing is simply putting the band in your elbow, and what you're going to do is you're going to bring your lat down into the pocket. And you can see how I rotate on this. So I'm just going to do 5, and I'm going to hold it for about 5 seconds. So I pull down and I'm going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I can feel my lat is almost cramping when I do that, right? So my trap again is very, very, if you put your hand on my trap, you'd feel that it's very soft. My lat on the other hand is rock hard. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll just do one more so you can see. And obviously you're going to be doing both sides on this. And again, I'm rotating into it just a little bit to really maximize that contraction. So my lats are nice and fired up. I can feel that. And again, from doing that exercise, what you probably find is you're actually going to be standing up a little bit more tall. So this isn't an exercise necessarily that's going to develop huge amounts of strength, but it's going to help you activate the right muscles. And instead of being up here, the lats are going to be activated, which are then going to be able to pull you down. But you're still going to need to strengthen the lats. Just going to show you where your lats are. And when you go and do those back workouts, you're going to be doing them more effectively. Great activation drill. So the third exercise I like to use is actually a stretch. Now, a stretch isn't going to simply solve all of your problems. It's not going to get anything stronger. However, it can alleviate some of the tension through your traps. And the way you do this is you use counterbalance. So you want to grab enough weight where it's going to anchor you into a position. So the best way to do this is I've grabbed 15 kilos here. Now, the way I like to think of it is in this hand, I'm going to point my finger down. When I point my finger down, what I'm doing, obviously you don't want to drop the dumbbell, is I activate my lat. Now that my lat is activated, I'm going to stretch out the trap. And the way you do that is I'm going to try and place my ear onto my shoulder. And you want to do that ever so gently, even though you see the way I've moved my head. I'm not really moving my head all that much, but I feel quite a significant stretch as I do this. So and obviously then you want to swap hands when you do it. Again, I'm going to be pointing down. So it's not just holding it. You don't want to be holding it. You're going to be holding it and pulling that lat in. And again, the best way to do that is to get your finger and point down to the floor. My lat now is in. My lat is stable. And again, I'm going to be moving my head away from that dumbbell. So trying to get my ear onto my shoulder. And I can feel that straight through my trap. And it's helping me release my neck. You just move back and forth. You want about 10 of these. You'll start feeling it pretty much right away, and that can be a great way to just quickly release your neck. So the fourth exercise that I like to use is a simple hang. Now, some people watching this video, you might need to start with a supported hang, which I can show you in just a sec. But if you can do it, a hang, the way I'm going to show you to do it, is really, really fantastic because the shoulder is somewhat a complicated joint. There are a lot of tendons and muscles that run through the shoulder. Therefore, the complexity of the shoulder is increased in terms of what's actually happening. But again, if we look at our shoulder, what can sometimes happen is we do want our lat, which also runs through the shoulder capsule, we do want our lat to be depressed and pulled down. And again, if we're quite tight, we're going to be up here, pec moving forward. So I find a hang a really easy and effective way just to simply stretch out that shoulder capsule. The way to do it is you grab a straight bar, point your toes down, and really push your body forward. So stretching out everything, stretching out your whole body, stretching out that shoulder capsule, letting it release. Now, one of the targets for this is around 60 seconds, or you want to hit 60 seconds. And if you can hit 60 seconds for multiple sets, even better. So if someone's really had some shoulder issues, 3 sets, 60 seconds each, hanging in this position, and we call this an active hang. Now, if you need to regress this, you can get a box just like this one and do a supported hang. So this is where I've still supporting, my feet are on the ground, and I'm just hanging into it. And obviously, the tighter I am, the more support I'm going to give myself. The more able, the more stronger, and the more flexible I am, the less support I can give myself. So that's your supported hang. And again, the reason why that works, as I said, there's a lot of things that run through the shoulder. We're able to stretch it out, the lats, everything, and really just open everything up in a really, really great way. Again, it's not going to be an instant solution in terms of neck pain, but in terms of managing that ongoing, this is a great exercise to include about 3 times a week to really get some significant improvements. The next exercise is T-raises. T-raises are going to be able to strengthen the upper back. We spend most of our time, if we've got tight neck and shoulders, up here. So we want exercises that are going to essentially strengthen our retractors, and a great exercise for that is a T-raise. So T-raise, the way to do it is you're going to be lying on the floor. As the name suggests, your hands are going to be out straight like a T, and your head is going to be flat on the floor. Now, when we do this, the way you want to think of it is this floor is a thin layer of ice. We don't want to break the floor when we do a T-raise. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick it up, and we're going to gently bring them down. Pick it up, gently bring it down. And again, for here, we want around 10 reps, 10 to 15 repetitions. Gently bring them down, release, bring it up, gently bring it down, release. I'm using the 1 kilo dumbbells. If I was in training, maybe I'd use 2. If I was really feeling strong, I'd use a 3 kilo dumbbell. So you don't need a lot of weight for this, but what you do need is a lot of repetition. So if you've got really bad, tight traps and weak and you're feeling a lot of pain, you probably want to do 100 reps of this a day. So you wouldn't necessarily do 100 reps at once, but you do say 10 sets of 10 reps, and you could break that up and say morning and evening. But this is a great exercise to start strengthening that upper back. Also very good before a workout too, to activate that upper back and change the way the muscles are, I suppose, the pattern of the muscles that you're used to using. Give it a different option so you can actually get those muscles stronger to alleviate some of that tension through the traps. So our 6th and final exercise that I like to include is a weighted dislocate. So what you're going to need to do this one is a dowel rod and a little bit of weight. Again, on this one, if I'm feeling really strong, I'll use 5 kilos. Today in this video, I'm going to show you with 1 0.2 kilos. Again, we've used even half a kilo. We've used just the stick on this one. This is a great exercise that is going to help you improve your mobility and really ticks a whole lot of boxes. So depending on your range of motion, depending on your mobility and flexibility, you're going to be grabbing the stick, the dowel rod, with a full grip. You don't want to be grabbing it soft, full grip. When you do this, a mistake that people make is they don't protract when they begin. You really want to protract so the serratus anterior gets involved, and again, that's going to be crucial in terms of the function of the scapula. So I'm protracting. When I come up to the top, see how my ribs, they stay down. I'm not flaring through the ribs. I've contracted my ribs, my abs are in. I'm pushing the stick as high as I can to the roof in that position. And then when I come around, I'm keeping my grip on the bar. I don't release my grip because that is also going to help me stretch through the biceps as I do this. And I do feel quite a bit of a pull through the biceps. You're going to feel this wherever you are tight. So for some people, it's going to be their shoulders. Some people, it's going to be their pecs. Other people like me, it's going to be their biceps. So when I pull here, I'm all the way. And again, I'm not jerky with it. I'm really quite controlled there. I let it control. I keep that full grip. I'm keeping my ribs down. And on the way back again, there should be no jerkiness and there should be no bending of the elbows. Again, depending on, I've had clients literally start with their hands, not even, touching the bar, but through doing it over and over and getting them to do it at every workout they do, or at least at every upper body workout they do, they're able to bring their hands in closer and then get to a point where their hands are fairly close, or at least a reasonable close. They're able to at least grab the bar. And again, this is a great one for opening up your pecs, stretching out the biceps, keeping the lats down and training that. And you do this enough, okay, I suppose this is one of the end step. It's not where you would start, but this is potentially where it could lead and really, really help you gain that mobility through your shoulders. I hope you have enjoyed this video on the 6 tips to alleviating shoulder pain. Let us know in the comments below which tip was your favorite, which exercise was your favorite, and what you'd like to see more of. Then hit us up at Enterprise Fitness. Until next time, folks, train hard, eat well, and supplement smart.